So the new GPT-5 model is here, and honestly, it's a bit of a mystery. On the one hand, you see these flashes of incredible genius, but then on the other hand, it makes these mistakes that are, well, they're just baffling. And it's this weird, unpredictable mix that we're going to dive into.
To really get what's happening here, you first have to understand the mind-boggling scale we're talking about. I mean, the jump from GPT-4 to GPT-5 isn't just another step up, it's a whole new league. Insiders are describing it as going from a shark-sized supercomputer to a massive whale-sized one. The sheer power is on a completely different level. And get this, the technical report that came with it, it's just as big. A monster of a document, 1,000 pages of super dense data, and some pretty wild revelations. We've waded through all of it to pull out the stuff that really matters.
So this brings us back to the central question, doesn't it? How can something this powerful be so strange? Is it a genius? Is it a fool? Or is the truth that is actually both at the same time? Let's take a look at the evidence.
All right, first up, let's talk about the genius part. Because honestly, some of the things this model can do are they're jaw-dropping.
Check out this number, 83%. On a test that measures expert-level knowledge work, GPT-5 is as good as or even better than a human's first attempt 83% of the time. Now, what that really means is we might be at a tipping point, a point where AI is now officially better than us at creating the first draft for a whole lot of digital tasks.
And it's not just about cranking out work faster. We're talking about a completely new kind of intuition. For instance, the model solved this super complex math problem that a top AI researcher had been stuck on for 20 years. He described it as an eerie, personal Move 37 moment. Like that legendary superhuman move by AlphaGo that no human grandmaster could even comprehend.
Then there's its ability to just tear through mountains of messy data. It's unreal. It's the first model ever to pass what's called the 4-needle challenge with almost perfect accuracy. That's like finding 4 tiny, specific facts, 4 needles, buried in a 200,000-word haystack. Think about what that could do for things like legal research or analyzing massive code bases. It's staggering.
And maybe the craziest example of its power is this. You can give it one single prompt, and it can build a complete, interactive football league app. It does everything. Searches the web for data, synthesizes it, designs the user interface, and then builds the working app. All in one shot.
Okay, so you hear all that and you're thinking, wow, this thing is a certified genius, right? Well, hold on, because this is where the story takes a really weird turn. Let's look at the flaws, because this is where it gets really strange.
So remember that awesome football app it built from scratch? Well, here's the other side of that coin. While the model is getting this incredible new power to act on your computer, it's also got this dangerous habit of, well, accidentally overwriting your important files. It's incredibly powerful, but at the same time, it can be dangerously clumsy. And this might be its biggest flaw. It's Achilles' heel, really. When GPT-5 has no idea what the right answer is, it almost never just says, I don't know. Instead, a whopping 89% of the time, it just confidently makes something up. It seems to care more about pleasing you than it does about being accurate, which is a huge problem.
And the contradictions are they're wild. On one hand, it's got the book smarts to solve physics equations so complex they would make most of our heads spin.
But then you ask it a super simple, real-world, common-sense question. Something like, what happens if a glove falls out of the window of a moving car?
And it completely bombs the test. It gets it totally wrong. It'll say the glove flies backwards, completely ignoring basic physics, momentum. It just doesn't have that fluid, common-sense understanding of the world that we all take for granted. It's still trailing way behind humans on these simple kinds of tests.
So where does that leave us? We've got this genius-fool paradox. What does it all mean for where we're headed? Let's unpack that.
Okay, here's a really important piece of the puzzle. While these models are getting smarter, the real story is that they are getting exponentially cheaper and faster to run. The cost to use it is 12 times cheaper, it responds 6 times faster, and on a key test for general intelligence, the efficiency has shot up 390 times in just 1 year. That is just a staggering rate of change. This stuff is scaling, and it's scaling fast.
And make no mistake, the folks building this have a very clear end goal in mind. They call it super intelligence, and they define it as a system that can run a whole company or a major scientific lab better than any human possibly could.
And they think they're on the fast track to get there, maybe even within the next 10 years. You can think of it like this.
Today, with GPT-5, we have a machine that can write incredible first drafts. The goal is a machine that can handle the final draft, too.
But right now, today, we are deep in what people are calling the messy middle. We live in a world where these AI models can have an IQ of 200 one minute and then an IQ of 50 the next. And what that means is that, for the foreseeable future, these incredibly powerful tools need constant human oversight. Our judgment, our ability to catch those 50 IQ moments, has never been more important.
And this all leads to one final big question for all of us. We know AI can provide a fantastic first draft. It's a tool that can give us these incredible starting points. But as we race toward this future of superintelligence, the real question becomes, who provides the final taste? The judgment? The part that makes something not just good, but truly great?